Hello, boys and girls. We are going to start note taking for our current unit, place value. So at the top of my notebook, I'm going to write place value, and we are ready to start taking our notes. The first type of numbers we're going to talk about are called standard numbers. Standard numbers are the ones we are most familiar with, and they are just the regular numbers. So I'm going to give you an example. 3,524. That's standard numbers, and that is called standard form. Okay, there's other ways that we can express numbers, and another way is called expanded form. We're going to take that same number of 3,524, and we are going to break it down by its place value. So when we do that, we take a look at the largest digit. That's a 3 in the thousands place. So that means a 3 in the thousands place has a value of 3,000. My 5 in the hundreds place has a value of 500. My 2 in the tens place has a value of 2. And then my 4 ones are simply 4 ones. That's an example of our number written in expanded form. The next one we're going to do a practice example on is word form. That's when we use our language, our words, to express the number. So this number, again, we'll use 3,000. A comma goes here just like a comma would go when we're writing the word in standard form. 3,500. And I'm going to move to my next line, 24. So that's our number expressed in word form. The last one we're going to talk about is something called picture form. Picture form is when we use models to express our number. So I'll show you an example. If we use discs, and each of our discs had a value of 1,000. And then we use discs to show 500. Each of those could be 500, 100 each. And then we use discs to show 20, and these are 10 each. And then we simply show 4 ones. So that's just a quick example of a picture form. Normally, Ms. Sarkona would write this bigger, but I'm kind of trying to show you in notes what the values are of each of these digits. Okay, so that's an example of picture form that we might be seeing. So these are all the notes that you'll need for the start of place value. And today you should be writing these notes on August 31st. 2020. I'm going to simply draw a line in my math notebook. That means my notes are finished. Below that, we're going to do a couple of practice problems. I'm going to write my number, 24,618. Now we're going to practice. Let me just readjust here. We are going to write this number in standard form, which it already is, expanded form. We're going to write it in word form. And then we're going to try to do some kind of picture or model to show that we know the value or how to represent that number. So let's start again with our largest place value. That's a 2 in the 10,000s place. Now before we go any further, I want to show you how I'm going to use the place value chart to help me with this. So my number was 24,618. So if I can see that number, I know it's a small frame, 24,000. If I have a 2 in the 10,000s place, I have 20,000. So let me write in my expanded form my two 10,000s, which is 20,000 plus. Now I have a 4 in the thousands place. If I have 4 and each of them are 1,000, I have 4,000. If I have a 6 in my hundreds place, as I do, I have simply 600. If I have a 1 in my tens place, I have 10. And then simply I have 8 ones. There's my expanded form. Now, when we use word form to write this number, we're going to put it all together using our words. 24, and notice where that comma is. Where I have a comma, I'm going to look up above and see what place is above the comma. 24,000. So that's exactly how I'm going to write that word, that number rather. 24,000. That all goes together, comma. Now I can group this. If we were to just say this number all by itself minus the beginning, it would be 618. 618. Notice I'm not using the word and. I'm never using the word and in my examples because and indicates that we're dealing with a decimal. Okay, so if I needed to now illustrate this 24,618 using a picture or some kind of model, maybe each of these discs would be 10,000 each. 10,000. That doesn't look like a 10,000, but that's what I mean. Sorry about that. 10,000 plus 10,000 gives me 20,000. Now I'm on this, my 4,000. 1,